Why does my brain assume everyone is mad at me? So, if you've come over from the short, welcome. I've had one of those weeks. You know the kind, where your brain keeps whispering, they're mad at me. Nobody actually said they were, and nothing huge even happened. But my brain was absolutely committed to the storyline. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized this isn't really about rejection. It's about my brain hating unanswered questions. Hi besties, I'm Cindy, the pink-haired therapist, and welcome back to Tiny Brain Rules, the series where we stop asking, why am I like this? And start asking, what is my brain trying to do for me? Today's Tiny Brain Rule is one I've been living this week and last week too. When I don't know what's going on, my brain assumes the worst. And judging by your comments, I'm definitely not the only one. Here's how it usually starts for me. Someone takes longer than normal to text back. A friend sounds a little quieter than usual. Someone walks past me without saying hi. The boss says, "Can we talk tomorrow?" Now, objectively, none of those things automatically mean anything bad. But my brain doesn't like leaving blank spaces. It wants an answer, immediately. So instead of saying, I don't know yet, it says, I know exactly what's happening. They're upset. I talked too much. I was annoying. I ruined everything. And somehow, by the time they've finished eating lunch, I've already imagined the friendship ending, my career collapsing, and me living alone with 17 emotional support cups. One thing I've noticed, my brain is a terrible mystery writer. It always jumps straight to the worst ending, every single time. If I don't know why someone hasn't texted back, it doesn't imagine they lost their phone, or that they're taking a nap, or they're in a meeting. Nope, it immediately casts me as the villain. And the frustrating part is it feels incredibly believable. That's the part I wish more people understood about RSD. The feelings are real. My stomach hurts. My chest feels tight. I replayed the conversations over and over in my brain. I start looking for clues. Sometimes I even want to apologize before I know whether I did anything wrong. If you've ever done that, you're in good company. The thing that finally started helping me wasn't trying to convince myself everything's fine. Because honestly, when my brain is in that place, it doesn't believe me. So I stopped arguing with it, and instead, I got curious. I started asking, okay brain, what do we actually know? Not, what are we afraid of? What do we know? Do I know they're mad? No, not at all. Do I know they haven't replied yet? Yes, absolutely. Those two are completely different things. Those are two completely different things. That one question became so important to me that it's one of the first pages I put in my RSD Brain First Aid Kit. Because when my brain is spiraling, I don't need a lecture. I need something simple enough to remember. So the worksheet literally walks me through questions like, what are the facts? What story is my brain telling? Can I think of 3 other explanations? Because here's the truth. Sometimes there are 20 possible explanations, and my brain has only picked the scariest one. Another page in the kit asks something I never used to ask myself. If my best friend told me this story, what would I say to them? Because isn't it funny? We're usually so much kinder to other people than we are to ourselves. If Laura came to me and said, Cindy, they haven't texted me back, I wouldn't immediately say, oh yeah, they definitely hate you. I'd probably say, they're probably busy. They might be driving. They could be at work. It's amazing how much compassion we have for everyone else's brain and how little we have for our own. Here's something else I've learned. My goal isn't to stop my brain from telling scary stories, because I don't think that's possible. I don't know that I'll ever completely stop that. My goal is to stop treating the first story like it's automatically the truth. And bestie, that's progress, not perfection. So here's my tiny brain rule for this week. My brain would rather invent an answer than wait for one. Maybe yours does this too. And if it does, I hope you'll remember this question. What do I know and what is my brain guessing? Sometimes that one question is enough to slow the spiral down before it takes over the whole day. Now I want to hear from you. Finish the sentence in the comments. When my RSD flares up, my brain immediately assumes. Let's compare notes, because every time we share one of these tiny brain rules, someone else realizes, wait, I thought I was the only one. If this conversation helped you understand your brain a little better, I'd love for you to subscribe, because every week we're unpacking another tiny brain rule together. And if your brain tells stories like this often, I made the RSD Brain First Aid Kit for exactly these moments. Not to fix you, but to give you something to reach for when your brain gets loud. You'll find it linked below. Until next time, be curious with your brain. It might just be trying to protect you, even if it's going about it in a very dramatic way.